Ruang Internasional, Jianli. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Teddy is not here yet, right? Oh. Okay. Let me try to remind where is Teddy. Teddy is joining us now. I'm not sure whether he's inside. Not yet, right? Okay. Okay. Have you guys all eaten? Have your meal? In Taiwan, in Taiwan now it's dinner time. So we already had dinner. What about in Australia?
Yeah, it's what time is it? It's almost 9 p.m. So dinner was a while ago.
Okay. So you had dinner, right? What about Alia?
Yeah, of course, already.
Okay.
Already prepared for my tummy.
Good. Well done, guys. And maybe some of you guys are from the other continents and you are not having dinner, but you had the afternoon meal, means lunch, or maybe the other for the one who are from the US, Canada, maybe you just had your very early breakfast, or maybe you haven't had, yeah.
What time is it in Canada now? Early morning?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's 11 to 12 hours different. Like we are faster in Taiwan. So yeah. Maybe they just woke up.
Good morning, Canada.
Oh, okay.
What about the other participants?
What about the other? Yeah.
Everyone's coming from Indonesia? Or...
Yeah. How about you guys? You can try to chat on the chat box, okay?
Yeah.
How
Feel
about
free to
you
chat,
guys? Yeah. Where are you from? Did you have breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Okay.
Maybe they can greet us like, hi, my name is... Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm from Jakarta, from Bandung, or from Australia.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. For the host, Ruang International or Jianli, can you please accept Teddy? Teddy is on the way to joining us. Okay. Please, okay. For the participants, can you please kindly mute your audio and also the video? Thank you. Okay.
How's my audio? Can you guys hear me? All good?
Yeah.
Great.
It's good. The room is not closed. Hold on. Okay, so Teddy, I don't know why he cannot. He still said like he cannot join us. He cannot enter the Zoom now. Okay. Oh, here is from Hezky Pitoy. Hello everyone, my name is Hezky. I'm from Manado, Indonesia. Hi Hezky, nice to meet you.
Hi,
Welcome.
Hezky.
Okay, what about everyone?
What about the others?
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
Yeah. Are you guys from Indonesia as well? Most of the participants, yeah, I noticed you're from Indonesia, Taiwan, what else? Like France, and also Canada, Nigeria, India, but maybe they haven't joined us yet. Okay, Teddy is here. All right.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay! Teddy!
Everyone is
So
waiting for
happy.
you. Yes. Welcome, Teddy. Okay,
Hi.
right time.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
there it is. Thanks, Penny.
okay, here it is. Some participants are saying hi. Ins Azza. Hello everyone, my name is Azza. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia. Hi Azza. And Visi Tenda. Hi, hi everyone. My name is Visi. I'm from Manado, North Sulawesi Province, Indonesia. Wow. Okay. And then, hi guys. I'm Karina from Indonesia, Jakarta. And then, all right. Wait.
Hi
And I
guys.
cannot see. Okay. Okay. Karina, and then Janli. Janli is the founder of Ruang International, who will be the moderator for tomorrow. Okay, hi Janli. You can turn on the video. Yeah, you're the host. Okay. Hi. Okay, it's only him who is wearing mask. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start. Okay, greetings everyone. Good day. So today is the very first day of MMRI International Youth Talk Show. What is MMRI stands for? It's the abbreviation for Momentizing and Ruang International. So welcome all of you from the whole continents, right? Not only from Indonesia, but also from the other countries. Okay, and today in these 2 days we will have 240 minutes time in total, okay, to discuss, share and brainstorm together about pandemic and the new normal situation in its country. Okay, so there are six speakers, and also for each day there will be three speakers, and for the first day there will be Indonesia, Taiwan and Australia, and tomorrow we will have USA, Zimbabwe and also Italy. Okay, so make sure you guys are stay tuned, okay, joining all of the talk shows, not only just today. Okay, and the theme of the talk show is global youth and new normal. And the aim of this event is to enhance the awareness from all of us as global youth, to build the kindship, friendship, and also increase the togetherness at global levels. So after these today's talk shows, we hope that from Ruang International and Momentizing, hope that all of us can create and raise the awareness of people, at least from ourselves, our family, our significant others, and also the global society among the world. Okay, we can embrace the new lifestyle that we have. It's not new lifestyle, new normal life, right, around the world. Okay, and today's rundown. Okay, we will begin in 15 minutes. Okay, for this introduction until 7:15 in Taiwan. So means 6:15 in Indonesia. And then we will continue by the interactive talk show. There will be around 60 minutes approximately until 8:15. And then after that, we will have the Q&A sessions for about 30 minutes, okay, from 8:15 or 7:15 in Indonesia to 7:45. And then we will end, or we have the closing. I will try to ask you guys to please kindly stay tuned until this talk show finish, because there will be evaluation form that I want to ask all of the participants to fill it. So if you want to get the e-certificate, make sure you guys are all stay tuned and fill out the evaluation form. I will try to attach the link on the group chat, okay, at the end of the session, before the group group photo together. All right. So if you want to have any question, you can just try to provide your questions. Give us the questions later during the Q&A session. Okay. And let's try not to waste our time. I would like to invite the three speakers to introduce themselves. Okay, start from Alia Siloy from Indonesia.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Alia Siloy. I'm from Jakarta, Indonesia, and currently I'm as the Youth Corner Manager for Momentizing. Here I also represent Indonesia, here to explain about the contribution about how youth can survive in this pandemic situation. Thank you so much and hope you guys enjoy.
Okay, thank you, Alia. And what about Teddy?
Hi everyone, my name is Teddy. I'm from Taiwan. My Chinese name is Yuting Liu, and you can just tell me Teddy, it's easier. And I'm actually just graduated from university, and I'm a designer and working in the south of Taiwan. I'm doing some e-commerce stuff and also some graphic design. So if you have any question about design, you also can ask me about that. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, Teddy.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about Maxine from Australia?
Hi everyone, my name's Maxine Monis. Firstly, I just want to say thank you so much to Momentizing for having me. I'm so honoured to be here chatting to you guys. So I live in Canberra in Australia, and I work for the government in our events sector. So doing, getting all of the sponsors for a bunch of our big community events in Canberra. So yeah, just happy to be here to chat to you guys about what's going on in Australia.
Yes. Okay. So, okay, for all of you who just joined us, we are starting the introduction. Okay, and for me, I'm Estrelita Gracia. Let me introduce myself one more time. Okay, for who you just joined. Okay, I'm Estrelita Gracia.
Dia nggak bisa dipencet kan?
My name.
Terus
Okay,
harus
you
kenain
can
dulu. Baru.
you can call me Esta, and I'm the founder of Momentizing, and I will be today's moderator. And before we continue, I would like to provide some like very brief information about what is Momentizing and what is Ruang Internasional. Okay, so Ruang Internasional, it is a youth organization in Indonesia that was established on December 19th in 2019. So it's 1 year, almost 1 year ago. Okay, and then it is an organization, youth organization that focus on humanity, built on humanity and youth empowerment to be critical, creative, and active in applying and developing their abilities so that they can play a role and contribute in global society. So if you are interested in having discussions regarding writing, youth empowerment topics, or public speaking and leadership, you may contact Jian Li as the founder of Ruang Internasional. And Momentizing. Momentizing is an online information center and consultation website about global relationships. So it was also started in July 2019. So yeah, it's not big different with Ruang International. And also we are focusing on the youth topics, traveling, and also cross-cultural marriage and parenting. So for all of you who are interested in writing those kind of intercultural topics or also discussion, you may try to contact me or Alia after this, okay? Thank you so much. And let me make sure again that if you want to have the e-certificate, please kindly stay and fill out the evaluation form that I will try to attach at the end of this session, okay, during the closing time. Okay. And let's try to wait like 2 more minutes and then we can start our discussion, our talk show. Okay. Teddy,
Yes.
you just join us, right? I already asked Maxine and Alia. How are you, Teddy?
I'm doing okay, quite okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, do you guys work today?
No, I don't have work today. I
Okay.
went to have lunch with my mom. I don't have work today.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, I hope you are having great weekend. And of course, most of us here maybe I know is from Indonesia, right? And also, oh, there is one from Nigeria and India. Okay, where else? Taiwan? No, not yet. Okay, Taiwan is me. No. Okay. And also after this, we can just start our discussions. If I remind you one more time, if you want to have the questions, if you want to provide your questions, you can try. I will try to let you to turn on your video and audio during the Q&A session. Okay, so we will try to watch the interactive talk show first. Okay, let's just start. Are you ready, everyone? The speakers?
Yeah, ready.
Yes, ready.
Okay. Okay, great. So, first question first. How is the pandemic situation in your country? Start from Alia.
Okay, the pandemic situation in Indonesia. If it's okay for me to give the numerical data based on Compass.com, the latest update for the cases, it increased until become 3,003 cases. Yesterday's 28th of August. So it's quite scary, to be honest. And for another information that Indonesia is uh, in the rank of 23rd in the world, as we know that America is the first number. And here um, in Jakarta, Jakarta is the second rank for as the province, and the number one is East Java. For the center is Surabaya city. So that is maybe a little represent for the pandemic situation.
Okay, all right. And what about for Alia? What about the affected and that one? What about the numbers? Yeah, is
Okay,
there? Yeah.
for the affected one, they have quite a lot. For the died, Indonesia have 7,261 people. That is the very update data that I got.
Mm,
I
mm,
think maybe if you can, compare with Australia and Taiwan, maybe it's quite big, quite a lot. Because as we know that, I would also like to inform maybe some participants in this Zoom meeting who comes from out from Indonesia. I mean, like maybe you guys coming from Zimbabwe, America, or Canada.
mhm.
Indonesia
Yeah.
is an island country that we are a very huge country that we have a million island, and we are very separated and quite far distance. So maybe that is one of the reason of why we have a quite big number for the pandemic.
Yeah. It's true though. What about Teddy in Taiwan? How is the pandemic situation in your country?
Well, I don't know if everyone's know Taiwan is not the member of WHO. So basically, like we have to um, do everything by ourselves. So mention about the number. Right now there are 487 cases in total in Taiwan, and we have like 23 to 24 million populations in Taiwan. So it's not that much. Actually, it's really low compared to other countries about the cases. And also like 450 already recovered and only 7 people died. So I think Taiwan government control it really, really well. Yeah, so it's quite safe in Taiwan. we don't really worry too much. Yeah,
Mm.
but we still need to like, yeah, but we still need to take care of ourselves, right?
Yes. Okay. And what about? Thank you, Teddy. What about Maxine from Australia?
Yeah, the situation is, it's definitely, as Alia said, it's very scary. It's quite, it's changed a lot of things about how we live. So there have been in total around 25,000 cases in the whole of Australia. Um, and from that, I think only around 600 have died, which is, I mean, in comparison to a lot of other countries, it's
Yeah.
not, it's totally unfortunate, but not as crazy, which is quite good. So they've definitely gotten a hold of it. So our cases have slowed down quite a bit recently. So I don't know if everyone knows, but Australia is segmented into different states and territories. So currently, Victoria, one of our states, is doing not so great. So they're in quite a strict lockdown, and their cases have been around. They started off being around like 700 per day during our like kind of second spike. But they've kind of gone down to around 100 to 300 new cases per day.
Mm.
So things are definitely slowing down a lot. But we've got quite strict border locks. So, you know, myself in Canberra, I can't travel to Victoria.
Okay.
I can't go to Queensland. So yeah, it's definitely changed a lot of things, but it is slowing down. Where I am currently in Canberra, we've had only I think around 113 cases in total, and only 3 deaths. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah. So, but also Canberra is quite small, so we only have a population of around 400,000 people. But yeah, so I think Canberra's dealing with it quite well. And Australia, although we did have that kind of second case rise, it's slowing down for sure. So we're definitely looking a bit better, which is great.
Okay. Interesting. So I want to I want to ask then, for Alia, Teddy, and Maxine. And if there are some, of course, it's restricted, right? All of our mobility, it's restricted. It got restricted. Then what if there is like certain cases where it's urgent cases where we need to travel to other states or area? What? Yeah. Do you guys know some of the procedures or any kind of requirements that we need to fulfill so that we are allowed to travel? What about Alia first?
Okay. For Indonesia, maybe people who work travel, they really know this regulation, especially for if you take airplane. If you want to fly to, let's make example from Jakarta to Bali, especially in Bali, they actually have a bit differences. They have to, besides you have to take the swab pass, you have you also have to besides rapid test, you also have to take the swab test. Why? Because as we know that Bali is number one city for tourism in Indonesia.
Yes.
And yeah, well, especially not many kind of transportation in Indonesia must have a rapid test. It's only for flying, and if you take a train. But if you took a bus, you don't have to have the rapid test. It's enough if you only have the recommendation, a reference from the doctor that you're healthy.
But still, yeah. Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. Still, we need to provide the health certificate or kind of form that provides that we are completely healthy. Okay, thank you. What about Teddy in Taiwan?
Like everyone knows, Taiwan is a small island, so it's not far to travel to other city, and you
Uh-huh.
don't really take a plane to other city because we have really convenient high-speed rail chain. For example, if I want to travel from the the very south sea Taiwan to Taiwan, maybe if I take high-speed rail chain, maybe it only takes me like 2 hours, less than 2 hours. So it's really fast. But so we don't have the problem like if we want to go on board to the plane like that. But our government do have rules like if we are going to the high-speed rail train station, we must wear on the mask. And there's a monitor in the at the entrance to test your temperature, like
Okay.
that. So yeah, I think that's quite enough. And then also on the public transportation, we cannot eat or allowed to drink. Yeah, we can.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
not allowed
Yeah,
to
should have said
drink.
it.
Yeah, to protect the environment and then also to avoid the COVID-19 to spread. Yeah.
Okay, so just keep on wearing mask, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, back in Taiwan, we just keep wearing the mask. Yeah.
Okay, 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 right. Thank you, Teddy. What about Maxine in Australia?
Yeah, so if someone wanted to travel, say from Victoria to Canberra, um, it's really not allowed. But if it's like a
Mm.
emergency situation,
Mhm.
then they can come here, but they have to do a 2 week quarantine period. So yeah, so or if I was to travel to Queensland, I would have to
Yes.
stay in a hotel. I would have to pay for it for
All
2 weeks.
right.
You can't leave, you can't go anywhere, you can't go shopping. You just have to get food delivered to you. You can't see anyone.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's quite strict if
Yeah.
you want to travel between different states. But in Canberra, just, traveling around here is fine. But yeah, it just becomes a problem when we're traveling, from Canberra to Perth or Canberra to,
Yeah. To other state. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
there's
Okay.
definitely huge restrictions there. Yeah.
Wow. Interesting. So, but how many days for the quarantine period, Maxine?
It's 14 days.
14, yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
everyone is the same. Okay,
yeah.
thank you. Then next one is I want to know what do you do during this pandemic? What about Teddy first?
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah.
As I just introduced you guys, I'm just graduate. So for the past half year, I was still a student. I was still studying in the university, and
Mm.
I can share interesting stuff because as I know, in most of the country, the university was shut down and they were closed. Like some university they go for like online course, or even some they don't even open for the students. But in Taiwan,
Yeah.
we're still required to go to the university and sitting in the classroom, like
Okay.
most of the university. But for my university, because um, our university is really care about like health stuff, because we used to be before becoming university of my university used to be a health institution like that, so they really care about that. So in the beginning, our university requires to stay at home and doing online
Mm.
course. And but since May, they start to ask to back to the university. Yeah, I mean for people in other country, I think it's a really weird because how comes they still allow students like going together? But um
Uh-huh.
yeah, but there's a the way to solve this problem, like every time we enter the university, yeah, there's a monitor to tax your temperature, and besides
Mm.
we have to scan a QR code, and we have to fill off the information like, oh, did you go to any crowded places, and then like to know where did you go, and to collect this data every time when we go to the university, we have to do that like every day, so they can
Mm.
make
Okay.
sure the student, if he she went to any
Right.
like a high risk place like that. Yeah, so I
Mhm.
think that's a really cool way to know the data.
Mm.
uh, and then yeah, during the past few months, I basically just study in university.
Okay. All right, Teddy. That's interesting. But yeah. The QR code record. I noticed that one every time you visit the public spaces, basically also, right? They keep on asking you to it's like requirement for you to enter a place. Okay, thank you, Teddy. And what about Maxine? Yeah.
So I've just been working, but my work life has changed dramatically. So I used to work full time from my office. So for the past 6 months, I've actually been working from home from my one bedroom apartment. So it's been very interesting. A lot of online meetings, just talking on the phone. And yeah, I think all of our kind of cafes and things have been either like shut down at the start and then slowly starting to reopen. And we have a similar sort of thing that Teddy said, like the QR codes, you know, I
Okay.
went out to breakfast today and you have to scan the QR code on the table and just like check yourself in and let them know that you're there. But in terms of my work life, it's just because I work in events. So pretty much all of our events have been cancelled.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely changed my everyday life. So yeah, just working has been very different. I would normally be at a lot of meetings with people, talking to them, seeing, you know, people in the office every day, going out, getting a coffee. So yeah, it's kind of been yeah, just myself at home. I also live by myself, so yeah, just kind of yeah, hanging out alone most of the time.
Yeah. I see. But okay, but in Australia, do you also means now in different states they kind of have like pretty different regulations? Can we say that? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Maxine. What about Alia in Indonesia?
Okay, during this pandemic, as I said before, I'm one of the part of Momentizing, and well, currently this is one of my biggest project with Momentizing because we really, well, actually we're working from home because the center of Momentizing is located in Taiwan, where Espa Espa is our founder of Momentizing, so she's my boss. Yeah. Well, besides working for Momentizing, I also do a research. I'm also a freelance researcher. I'm helping my lecturer when I was my undergraduate university in Brawijaya, Malang. And also, I also do a freelance translator. So I also help several companies in Indonesia for translating their project for research. And this is quite interesting. What I see while this pandemic time, did you guys even realize that we have many kind of opportunities to join a free webinar, free talk show, like even it helped by the United Nations, even it helped by the government from US.
Right. Yeah.
It's like they give everything for free, you know, like as long as we really can get that kind of information. But for me, technology is really engaging with the society, with many people, with you know even people in the very small city, they also can join. So what I see is everyone have the same opportunities to increase their knowledge. And I think that is one point that we have to remember, that we can get many kind of opportunities to get active during this pandemic. Well, I think that is the only one positive point, because maybe if this pandemic it doesn't happen, we cannot contribute with that kind of interactive talk show or even a free webinar, and we also can get new friends from all over the world.
Wow. Thank you. Yeah. There is always the good things from the other side, right? Okay. And what about the how do you feel, guys, during this pandemic then? The completely your mental health in general, and your maybe you can see also the public society in your country. Yeah, how do they feel as well in general? What about Maxine?
I definitely feel I wouldn't say I feel good
Mm,
about the situation. It is, to be honest, it has been quite hard. I do consider myself quite a people person. I like seeing friends. I like going out and hugging people, and
yeah.
seeing people in the office every day. So it's been quite a shock for me to kind of go from seeing people every day to being alone for a lot of the time. So yeah, it's definitely been quite hard. And at the start, I felt even a little bit weird seeing my own parents
Mm,
because they are a little bit older. So I didn't really feel comfortable going over to them and, seeing
mm,
them and risking anything. So that was definitely really hard, for sure. And I think loneliness, speaking on behalf of all of Australia, loneliness seems to be quite a big issue because we have, I don't know if in different countries you have kind of these like mental health hotlines that you can
I
call.
see. Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then there will be like counselors on the other side of it. So basically, from what I've heard on the news, these hotlines have actually had um, like record numbers of people calling in with loneliness and feeling sad and hopeless. So I think just in general, it's been quite tough, especially on youth. I think a lot of people kind of feeling like they're, you know, golden days are being taken away from them and they can't
Yeah,
go out and,
yeah.
have fun and travel. I think, you know, it's like for me as well, traveling is a huge part of my life, and we obviously can't do that now, and it's not looking like we'll be able to do it for maybe like another year or year and a half overseas. So yeah, it's definitely been very tough. But as you said, there are still definitely good parts of it. But yeah, for the most part, it has been a bit hard.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Maxine. Uh, l- Let me hear first from Alia. What about you in Indonesia?
Okay. In Indonesia, for me personally, firstly, or for
Yeah, for you first, and then your
okay,
family, and then the global society, the society in Indonesia.
okay. To be honest, it's very confusing because
Mm,
like actually we can go everywhere. We can, if we have a meeting in some of the coffee shop, it's very, we don't have extra feelings to be scared, because uh, in Jakarta, in coffee shop, even if I can mention the name like Starbucks, they have a very strict regulation for the physical distancing inside of the coffee shop. It's like in one table. If that table is enough for 4 chairs, they
mm,
will, like put a X sign on top of the table that means you cannot sit there, and they put like you know uh, some centimeters of the distance,
yeah,
so from four
physical
chairs
distance. Yeah,
you
yeah,
can only have 2 chairs to sit.
yeah.
And well, that is, I mean, from that kind of situation, uh, in another way, we also like getting pressure for that because things change, and like this viruses is like suddenly came to our life, and we
Mm-mm.
cannot fully, know how to tackle this. And for my family, well, there. being quite fine because actually my mom is at home and my two brothers is working from home from their company.
Mm.
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so still in Indonesia, several companies, especially the quite big companies and from the government, they make a concept working from home. So they don't have to go to office for working. And what I think for the Indonesian people,
Mm-mm.
well, actually, I make a little research for this talk
Right.
show. Uh, I open like a mini research. I asked several of my friends, like, how do you feel during this pandemic, and how do you face that? And most of them, it's like 85%, they answer that they're not happy because
Mm, okay.
there are many factors. One of them is there are two friends of mine that they lose their jobs, and that is very,
Sorry to hear that.
yes. I think it's very, uh, make a huge impact to every sectors.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe mental health is the one that we have to really take care of, and I think the support from our circumstances is very important, like family, friends. I think that is very important. We have to care
Mm,
for.
okay, okay. Well, it's quite sad to hear that. Thank you for sharing, Alia. What about Teddy?
How do I feel? I feel really upset because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
frustrated. Actually, I was planning to like go abroad for traveling, like as a
Oh,
good internship.
mm,
But like most of yeah, we cannot go abroad, so most of people they don't. I didn't do it, and um, I feel sad because I'm a planner, so I already planned like what I'm going to do next for this year.
yeah,
I see most of people tend to do like that, but due to this pandemic, just
yeah.
just
Yeah, everything is canceled.
yeah, like and you just feel like I don't know. I just you just feel like really need some help. Like
Okay.
the things that you already plan, you cannot to do that. You just feel like, but so what should I do now? And you will just keep thinking about that. Like for example, like I'm just graduated, and
Mm-mm.
so many students we are supposed to like finding a new job, finding a job,
Oh, yes,
but during
yes.
the pandemic, it's really hard to find a job. It's really hard. So I think I'm quite lucky to get one, because um
Mm,
for my
yeah.
for my uncle, my mom, my dad,
Mm.
um they sometimes have like a free holiday just because they don't have them that many work anymore. Yeah, and they got last pay during this pandemic. So yeah, I feel really sad because I got last like money from them. And then um I'm also in Taiwan, every man have like do the military service for a few months but to a year. It's mandatory. You have to be a soldier for several months to serve the country.
Right. Yeah.
And I also have to do that, even so I don't want to. And
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because of this pandemic, um, have to postpone it. So before you finish your military service, it's really hard for you to go abroad to study, to working. You basically have to finish this first. Otherwise, the government won't allow you to go abroad. And so everyone want to finish it as soon as possible. Yeah. But due to this pandemic, it got postponed. And you don't know when you have to do that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Right.
you don't know when the government
Right.
will
Right.
ask you to do that, like me. Happens.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
So
Correct.
it's frustrating. Like you have to waiting, just keep waiting. But yeah, I think that's a bad thing. But the good thing is like I got time. Like I really have time to think about what I want. What should I do? I have a time, like a really free time to replan, to think about my career, to think about my future, like that. Yeah. And for my for the family, I think overall generally it's it's good
Mhm,
for the
mhm.
family. Why I say that because in Taiwan there are so many students they go abroad for study or working, and because this pandemic they have to go back to Taiwan. They flew back to Taiwan to avoid that, and they got more time to go in together. It's really hard. It's really hard for a family to like have a time like that. So I think that's a good thing for the set. Yeah. And for the whole society, I think to be honest, I don't think there's much change, like a big change for the whole society. Because maybe in other country, people they, I mean, most of the people they will avoid to go outside, but not in Taiwan. Because we cannot go abroad, right? So government kind of to promote the like the Taiwanese to travel in Taiwan. So when you go to other city, basically there are so many tourists.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm. Yeah,
we have,
yeah.
that's
Right.
really horrible. Like it shouldn't supposed to be like that. It's supposed like everyone should stay at home, avoid that. But I don't know why like people go to like island, like other island. We have some island in Taiwan. They
Right.
go to that to have a like a little vacation. So I think for the whole society, they are not that upset. Yeah, we are kind of changing our mind, changing other way to enjoy our life to live. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. Okay, thank you, Teddy, for sharing. Right. So from the general feeling that I can summarize, like everyone mostly, like we all experience the negative emotions, right? Start from loneliness, and then people are not okay, like they are sad because they lose jobs, they cannot meet their parents or mingle with their friends, and also upset because we need to cancel everything that seems and sounds fun, right? Okay. Yeah, me too, guys. Yeah, we sometimes like cannot. We need to have the backup plan, right? We need to learn from this pandemic situation also. Okay, so next one, what kind of new activities then that you try these days? Maybe start from Australia first.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, to be honest, it's just like Alia kind of said, a lot of online stuff. So a lot of online talks, kind of playing games online with friends and speaking with different friends in different countries on video, which I normally wouldn't do. And then, yeah, just a lot of kind of maybe trying to learn a new language, but not a lot, to be honest. I've been a little bit lazy in terms of new hobbies.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then what about Indonesia?
Well, I try to cook various delicacies, like I want to increase my cooking skills. So I try to cook some of the new kind of food that actually I never done before. Like
Wow.
I made macaronis and, like making some Indonesian food.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Okay, okay. Cooking ya for Alia. Okay. Then what about Teddy?
New active. To be honest, I'm lazy as Mexican as well.
Okay.
So basically just let me think. Okay, because like we cannot go abroad and I'm a traveler. I really like to travel. So recently I kind of um to editing the video, like the travel vlog. I kind of like
Wow.
check my
Okay.
photos video album before and then I take it off and then click the video again like to image traveling
You
now.
are there, right? You were there.
Yeah, and I just feel so happy like I just yeah when you're editing the video I feel so happy when yeah I
Oh,
think that's yeah I think that's
okay.
yes a new
Interesting. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. That's interesting, guys. Like you three have different things like new activities. Okay, then like what about the? Let's move to the questions regarding government. Okay, we cannot deny, right? This pandemic situation it helps us to recognize how our government works, right? We are maybe okay, at least for me, okay, maybe some of us are not really aware of okay, what are they doing? We are not really following up the updates or yeah, the activity that we our government do. But now during this pandemic we are now like opened our eyes and ears to listen, read, and yeah, talk about our government works as well. So I would like to know more about this. Like, how does the government tackle this pandemic situation in your country? Maybe Teddy, you can answer it first.
Okay, I really like I think our government did really well. I love my president, and I want to share some like some ways how Taiwanese government to tackle this. So first, like in the beginning, when we found out this pandemic might be
Yeah.
person to person, right? We
Yes.
ever like wrote a letter to inform the China government to take care of that, but
Yes.
they didn't notice that. Yeah, but our
Okay.
government like noticed that first, so we start to action. So when we find out this
Okay.
this COVID-19 maybe person to person, so we start to do some research to the vaccine, and also I believe that in most of the country there's a problem of mask shortage. The mask, like it's really hard to get a mask, right? But um,
Mhm.
what for Taiwanese government, we have a really good way to control that. So in the beginning, we stopped to export the mask abroad. We try to keep every single mask in Taiwan in Taiwan to give the residents, to give the old Taiwanese, and then how we to give away the max to everyone, like to fairly to give everyone. Taiwan Taiwan's government has a really good way. Like like in Taiwan, we have public health insurance, so everyone we have an IC card. Like when we go to see a doctor, go to the hospital, you need to bring your IC card. So
Mm.
it's cheaper, and then when doctor insert your IC card, they can check your every single record about like healthcare, every single record of you. So how we get the mask? Basically, every factory, the mask factory, are collaborate with the government. So and government will assign to separate the mask to the pharmacy, to the clinic, and then we have to bring our IC card to the pharmacy, and then to check the max. And we can get like 9 pieces of max for 2 weeks. And I think that
Mm.
that's quite enough. That's quite enough because like you can reuse your
Right.
max,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so I think it's quite enough, and that's a really smart way. And again, and then a lot of people start to complain that but how should I know how many max this pharmacy have? Maybe maybe like the pharmacy near my house there's no stock anymore, but I still go there to line up for that. So the IT department of our government come up with a really good idea. Like we have a coding, and then we cooperate with the Google Map. So when you check on the Google Map, search pharmacy like that, you can see like how many pieces they still
Ox,
have.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, in every pharmacy, maybe
Mm.
like full of stock, less of stock, something like that. So it's easier and more convenient for you to search which pharmacy I should go to take the mask. Yeah, and
Mhm.
then um in the beginning we go to the pharmacy, and during like March or May we start to change the way, because
Mm.
for the worker they don't have time to line up to waiting to take the mask. So like 7-Eleven, the convenience store, we have like second um many convenience store in Taiwan. yeah, there's a lot in Taiwan. Best you work for like a 10 step, you can make the one convenience store in Taiwan. So in every 7-Eleven, there's a machine, and you can just enter your IC card. You can just to book your max. So you don't have to line up. You can just go to the machine to insert IC card to book the max, and then you can go to tag your max like a next week, next 2 weeks, up to you. So it's more convenience for the worker, and so that's one of the way Taiwanese government to make sure everyone can get the same pieces of max. Yeah, because like
Okay, okay.
when you go everywhere, Taiwanese government require you to wear the mask. Otherwise, you will got the fine like that. So I think that's a really good way
Yeah,
to do
right,
that. Yeah.
right. Okay, thank you, Teddy, for sharing. Yeah, that's a very high technology force also, right? That
And
yeah, we
yeah,
yeah
and
yeah yeah.
also like when you travel abroad and back to Taiwan, we have to do the quarantine for 14 days, right? You
Yeah,
are required to stay at home.
yeah.
So yeah, IT department also come with idea like they can check where are you. So once you like you have to stay at the place they require it. Um, if you go away, if you go outside, they would know you go outside because they kind of have the like a checking system on your phone, so they would know that. Yeah, so I think that's quite smart to check the people. Mm.
Okay, okay. Wow, interesting. All right, thank you, Teddy. Then I want to know after this, like from Australia, how is it?
Mm. But yeah, the government's been really good. I think the main thing that they did early, which was great, was put everyone into quite a strict lockdown. So a lot of the different states and territories had quite a, yeah, really strict lockdown. We couldn't really go anywhere. All of the cafes and restaurants were closed for quite a while. So I think that was a really good move that they did before things got too bad, was making sure that no one could go out and kiss and cuddle and spread the spread COVID-19 all over the place. So yeah, I think the government's been really strict but really good at kind of containing everything, and they've also been really good at just kind of being open with their messaging. And the people have all, like, I feel personally that we're all very well informed and we always know what's going on. So yeah, I've been very impressed.
Okay, okay. So mostly in Australia government, the government try to do the strict lockdown, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And then what about in Indonesia?
Okay, in Indonesia, the government put the concept of large-scale social restriction, or as we know, it's as PSBB for the biggest city in Indonesia.
Mm,
It is kind of a limitation of certain activities of residents in an area suspected of being infected with disease and contaminated in such a way as to prevent the possibility of spreading the disease or contamination. It is a part of the public health emergency responses. So this is also as how the government react to the new normal. That means we have a new habit. Public have a new habit on how they use their mask and doing a physical distancing. Every people have to wash their hands before they're getting into some places. And like I think people is getting quite realized about the cleanliness, like everyone start to have their own mask and their own hand sanitizer as well.
okay. So yeah, it's we can try the general terminology is kind of like physical or social distancing, right? The PSB, PS, PSBB, right? Yeah, it's like large scale social restriction. Okay. Oh, so it's kind of different the way the government focus, right? The way they try to do it, to tackle this pandemic situation is kind of different. Maybe, of course, everyone does the same thing, but the way they focus on the main efforts is kind of different. Like in Australia, like strict lockdown. In Indonesia, they have a PSBB or large scale social restriction, and in Taiwan, we can still have mobility, but we need to put on the mask all the time, and make sure we keep on wearing it. Okay, then I want to know that what are the challenges in your country that you might face besides the economical sector? Maybe Alia, you can answer first.
Okay, for Indonesia, actually, we have many, many challenges to be faced in this pandemic situation. But maybe I will choose one of the example. Uh, the challenge that government face is particularly the tourism sectors, because as we know that Indonesia also have a very uh, big influence on the tourism sectors, that like we have many kind of tourism destination, Bali and Raja Ampat, many destinations. And uh, as this country has some of the tourism destinations. For example, is Bali. Bali has decreased their, the tourism. It's about 99%, if as I see on the statistics center of Bali, and that is quite a big, decreased number for the tourism visit. And it really, maybe like in one sectors, they also affected in another sectors. Like if the tourism sectors is really decreased numbers, I'm very sure that like a hotel, cafe, like a bar, they're also getting very, you know, it's very quiet in Bali. That is one of the example that the challenges of Indonesia.
Okay, so yeah, the quietness as well, yeah, not only just the economical sectors, but the social as well. Okay, thank you, Alia. What about Teddy?
Also the tourism sector, but I will mention that. I will mention the like really special things, like it's about political section.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like like because of China, a lot of people, a lot of countries, they don't recognize Taiwan as a country, right? So our government kind of want to take this chance to make
Okay.
the world recognize it. So as I mentioned before, in the beginning, we stopped export the max to other country, right? But like in March or May, we start to send out the max to help other country, because we know there's a
Mhm.
that's problem. Like in Europe, in USA, yeah, we send out a lot of mass to helping them. And then also during this time, our government tried really hard to invite some really high, like a director or really important people in the USA, to invite them to come to Taiwan to have a talk, yeah, to have a talk and share experiences. And like this kind of action kind of make China government angry about that, because they
Okay.
they think like they don't think we are a country. We shouldn't like have this kind of action, right? So for the past few months, the China government, they sent out some like a plan, like a fighting plan to on the sea, to like kind of to awareness us to not to do that. So I think that's a really dangerous thing for Taiwan. but our government really want to take this chance to show Taiwan can help. Yeah, a lot of people see
Oh yeah,
right, Taiwan can help.
hashtag. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think beside the economical sector, yeah, political sector, it's also diverse in Taiwan. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, then what about Maxine?
I know that we already touched on this, but definitely I think mental health is going to be a huge challenge for Australia. I think as well, just because of the huge loss in jobs, so many people have lost their jobs through this. So I think that really has impacted so many people's mental health. And there was a research study done, I think from the University of Sydney, that said that there was a predicted rate in suicide of like 25% or something. So yeah, I think that's going to be a huge challenge, is just supporting, you know, especially young people in their mental health, and just making sure everyone's all right. And as well, kind of everyone's sort of gotten used to this whole new normal, but then the transitioning back into how things were, whenever that may be, might be a bit of a struggle for some people as well. So I think it just causes a lot of anxieties and a lot of uncertainty in the future of Australia and what's going to happen and what it's going to look like for young people, especially.
All right. So mental health practitioners really need to work hard.
Very hard.
Yeah, for that. Okay, thank you, Maxine, Alia, and Teddy. Then we have the 15 minutes left for the discussion and the interactive talk show. Okay, so for the last two questions I would like to ask. Okay, and how about the socio-cultural life impact in your country? Start from Teddy first.
The social impact.
Socio-cultural life impact, yeah.
Social cultural life impact.
Yeah.
I think there's much change, but as like Elias say, like in some restaurant, they have kind of like a X on the chair. You cannot like sit really close. Yeah, but just few restaurant, every restaurant do like that, and the social, I think in Taiwan it's just as before. There's nothing changed much. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we need to sit and stand in distance, right? 1 meter distance, right? Teddy?
Yeah, 1 meter distance. But I think in every country they require that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Teddy. What about Maxine?
Yeah, there's been a lot of changes, especially in a work sense. So, as I said before, I used to have a lot of meetings in person with a lot of different people. We would shake hands, sometimes give a kiss on the cheek to say hi. So there's none of that now. We all just do online virtual meetings. If I do see people in person, no one shakes hands, no one hugs or touches or anything like that. So that's definitely been a huge change in the social kind of work life, and yeah, a big shift in culture, because Australians are normally very, you know, quite like touchy and, you know, giving hugs and that sort of thing. So it's been very awkward, and I often hear people, you know, in public be like, oh, are we allowed to have a hug or that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's just changed definitely the way that we live.
We greet.
Yeah, exactly. Greeting. I mean, everyone shakes hands in Australia like all the time and gives hugs. So that has completely changed. Completely.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Maxine. What about Alia?
Okay, in Indonesia, maybe for the example, I can take from what we just celebrate yesterday, the Indonesian Independence Day.
Yeah.
This is one of the regulation from my governor, DKI Jakarta province, that Anies Baswedan as the governor. he make a regulation that the Jakarta citizens is prohibit for any kind of activities for celebrating the Independence Day of Indonesia, because as we know that Indonesian culture in many provinces, I'm sure that we always celebrate this Independence Day by having a competition like lomba makan kerupuk. Like it's lomba makan kerupuk is like eating crackers. Teddy and
Yes.
Maxine, if you guys don't know, it's like you have to eating crackers. Like they will put the crackers in, like they have to tie it on
Like a string.
string,
Like a
and then you
string,
have
yeah.
like
They have a round, yeah,
and
round
you
crackers.
yeah you cannot touch it, so you really have to use your mouth to
Right.
to eat that. And well, as well as the other competition, and that is what we really feel like we lost that kind of togetherness things. So I think that is what could represent for the sociocultural life in Indonesia.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you, Alia. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for us, like who always try to mingle physically, it's quite hard and challenging, right? To adjust with this kind of situation. But yeah, I just realized that it's been like almost 6 months, right, since February or March, right, in all countries in the world that we need to adjust with this. Okay, now let's move on to the next last one. Okay, according to you, three of you, because we are all young people, okay, we are youth, global youth, and all of us who attend the talk show tonight or today, yeah, we are all like youth, the global citizens. So according to three of you, what should the global citizens or the global youth should do to embrace the new normal life? Maybe we can start with Maxine first.
Hmm. I think honestly, just kind of embracing like exactly what momentizing is doing, embracing this whole virtual culture. I mean, what we're doing now is amazing and it's awesome and it's bringing so many people together that I probably wouldn't have even had the opportunity to talk to. So I think, yeah, I mean, as youth and global citizens, we need to kind of embrace that new normal, I guess, a new kind of virtual way and make the most of it, because I mean, it really is bringing a lot of incredible opportunities that might not have been, I mean, it would have been possible, but we might not have had, the real reason to come together in this kind of crisis situation. So I think, yeah, just making the most of kind of connecting and collaborating and checking in with each other, because I think just I already feel better about the whole situation knowing that, there's other people in, other parts of the world who feel exactly the same way as I do. So,
Yes.
yeah.
So we should continue this kind of talk show, right?
Yes.
Right, Maxine. Okay, Ruang Internasional, Janli, you heard that. Okay, thank you, Maxine. And what about Alia?
Okay, I think the main point is we have to, as the young global citizens, we have to support each other's um, making a collaboration. Yeah, I think it's same as Maxine mentioned before, because I think the only way how we could embrace this kind of condition is we give support to each others, not only in, maybe if we can have the opportunity to give support to our friends in another countries. It's very good to to have that kind of moment, because I'm sure that every young people in every country is facing the different situation. Like maybe some of them are not able to participating in this kind of talk show, but here we are that we are able to participate, and we have to be grateful for that. Well, I think supporting is the most important point for me.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Alia. Yeah, we need to support each other. And what about Teddy?
I will use like a good friend accept to say about this because I say I'm a designer, right? So
Yes.
in a lot of countries, the youth they have to participate the post competition, and so many post competition their topic is about COVID-19. So I think that's a really good way. Like, yeah, the way we are doing now it's by oral, but the poster competition it's by the graphic. Like you're using a different way to communicate with people to share the COVID-19, how to avoid that, this kind of things by the graphic,
Yeah.
by communication. I think that's a really good way. And um, there's a campaign, not campaign, like there's the activities called,
Sorry, Teddy. What did you say?
sorry, can you hear me? I say there's a activities
Oh
called
yeah.
art support playa. It's like in almost in every country has this kind of activities like there's a platform, FB group or Instagram group, and for
Yeah.
the artist, for the designer, for the youth, you can post your work or your art pieces, your SketchUp. You can to share your SketchUp to your pieces on this platform and to sell your stuff because
Mm,
nowadays so many museum and the gallery they are now,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
True.
they can use this platform to sell their work, yeah, to earn some money. I think that's a really good idea. So if you are interested, I share the link on the chatting on the box. Maybe you guys can check later. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Wow. Thank you for the informative sharing, Teddy. Okay. So from three of you, like you guys already know, right? Like what should we do? Like what should we create together? Like more collaborations. And yeah, it's interesting, right? That we can meet online like this, and it's more efficient. Don't you think so? Like at some points it's more efficient and effective as well, but of course with the internet connection sometimes everyone is like putting like all activities and events online, so sometimes the interconnection is unstable. But anyway, what Teddy shared, that's very great. You can try to provide the information on the group chat, maybe. Teddy, thank you so much. All right, and we still have 4 minutes left. So very brief question. Okay, try to answer it briefly, guys. So, is there anyone who does not follow the health protocol in your country? And if there is, what is the legal or social consequence? Maybe start from Alia first.
Okay.
Mm.
For Indonesia, as I said that we from Indonesia, they put the regulation for the large scale social restriction, right? And if you are not following the regulation from the government, like maybe some like event organizer making events, uh, they put in a 1 year imprison imprisonment or 100 million rupees for that is as the consequences. So that is the
100,000
legal when,
rupiah.
yeah,
Mhm.
it there because Indonesian government is more focusing for the legal consequences.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, wow. All right. So what about if they see like in public spaces we wear masks? Is there any kind of social consequence?
Okay. As I know, in some of the big city in Indonesia, like Bali, uh, I just knew that they have a new regulation that if the government found out that people didn't wear masks, they have to pay like 100 rupees.
Mm, 100K, right?
Yes, 100.
100,000.
Yes.
Okay, okay. All right. Wow, interesting. Yeah. So focus on the legal one. Okay. Thank you, Alia. What about Teddy?
So if you should do the currency and you don't follow it, you go outside. Once the government found out, the highest fine is 1 million. It's 1 million. Like, yeah, you probably will get 1 million fine just because you go outside, because really care about that. Yeah, that's really high. But not everyone will get the same fine, like the same amount of fine. It depends on
Okay.
the location. Maybe there are some people they got like a few thousand, 20,000, 30,000 like that, but highest could be 1 million. And if you don't wear a mask, um, if you don't wear a mask on the public
Yeah.
transportation, yeah, um, should like the amount of the fine would be few thousand to up to 10,000. Yeah, 1,000. Yeah, up to 10,000. Yeah, so
Interesting.
that's not high, right? 10,000. But yeah, but because I think it's because of Taiwan, like the situation is not that serious.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's not that high. But for the quarantine, the fine is very high.
Okay. Okay. So it's focusing on the quarantine. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
don't do quarantine. Okay. Thanks, Teddy. And what about Maxine?
Yeah, it's very similar here. If you break the quarantine or if you have like a large, like a big gathering, then you get a fine. But the biggest fines, I think, are people traveling through borders without permission. So, if someone was to come from Victoria to ACT, when they haven't got permission, then it can be quite a huge fine. So yeah, they're very serious about the restrictions.
Okay. So basically, it's just so means in 3 countries there is always the legal consequence, right? They need to pay fine, or yeah, if they try to pass, especially passing the borders. It sounds so serious.
I know, yeah, it's very serious. And I think there is jail time as well, possibly, but I'm not too sure about that one. So yeah, they are quite serious
Sure.
about it.
Sure. Okay. We need to be accountable in our actions. All right. Thank you so much for 3 of you. Alia Sila from Indonesia, Teddy Leo from Taiwan, and Maxine Manes from Australia. And today we will try to continue to the next Q&A session. All right, everyone. We already start with the 8:15, 8:16 here. So for all of you, the participants, you can try to share your questions. Who wants to start first? You can try to unmute your audio and provide your video as well. So it start. Who wants to give any questions here? Or maybe about testimonials, right? Like live testimonials. What do you think about the talk show? Like maybe you want to ask to certain speakers, not only to not to 3 of the speakers. So it's up to you. Here you have the time now. Okay. So but then Maxine, Alia, and Teddy, thank you so much for having the time, for your willingness and information and experience, especially, right? Because you guys are sharing to all of us here, and I'm sure towards the 31 participants here, we are all under the same on the same shoes, right? We are on the same shoes. Okay, so everyone who wants to ask questions, don't be shy. They want they are all friendly and kind. Okay. Oh, all right. So there is questions from Emily Chuang. Or okay, you can try to chat your questions on the group chat, or also you can try to unmute the video, the audio and also the video. Okay. From Emily Chuang, what are your most memorable moments during COVID personally, either positive or negative, for all speakers? Maybe start from Alia first. your most memorable moments during COVID.
Okay. My most memorable moments during COVID. So as before, this is kind of, it's like sounds funny actually, because um, as before in the early of this 2020, I was working in out of Jakarta. I was working in one of the small city in central Java called Solo. It's near to Yogyakarta, and um, the position is I want to move from Solo to back to my hometown in Jakarta, and my mother at the time, she's very scared to meet me personally. Like, what are
Okay.
you doing here? I think you have to have your own quarantine at the hotel or some other places. So, and I was like begging her, like, Mom, I'm your daughter. Why you have to do that to me? I
Okay.
mean, I think I can have my quarantine at home. So my mom's like, okay, you can sleep at home, but I mean, like in my complex at my home, we have several, the room that is not used. So I was put it there with my mom, and it's like I feel like a strange.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay. It's it's like sweet and bitterness at the same time. Right? It sounds like that. Like you reunite. You are excited to meet your parents, your mom. But then when she saw you, like, oh, suddenly different response and reaction.
yes, yes.
All
Remind
right.
that my mom is quite old already.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Thanks, Alia, for sharing with us. What about Teddy?
I supposed to have my commencement in this,
Oh,
right?
okay.
It's really like a big moment for every
Yes.
student who are going to graduate, right?
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
as I know, in most of the university in Taiwan, they still have commencement. But for my university, we canceled that, and but we have that in a different way. How my university operate that? It's like online. It's on YouTube. So at the day, I just wake up. I woke up at 9 a.m. and then watch my phone on my bed, and then watch the whole commencement. That's so
Oh, yeah,
sad.
yeah, yeah.
Like I supposed to wear like the gown and then take a lot of picture with my classmate, but turn out I just lie on my bed and watch YouTube, and I
Mhm.
see every my classmate pictures, everyone's face like, shoot.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Like this. Okay. Wow. The
Yeah, that's
commencement.
so sad.
Yeah, I agree with that. Teddy, in the whole world, especially in Indonesia, right? Alia, maybe, yeah, knows about it also. Like everyone here who are from Indonesia, who just graduated, yeah, you guys are extraordinary alumni. You know, right? You have the this kind of special graduation.
Yeah, so
Okay.
study for master, so you got one more. You will get more one commencement.
Interesting. Thanks for sharing, Teddy. That's a unique and memorable for sure.
Yeah.
What about Maxine?
I feel like I've talked a lot about negative mental health aspects already, so maybe I'll say something positive.
Okay.
I'll be I'll be happy this time. Um, I remember at the very start, me and my friends were all feeling very lonely and disconnected. So we downloaded this app. I don't know if you guys have it, called House Party. Not sure.
House party.
But basically, so you can all kind of go, it's kind of like video chatting on your phone.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
then random people can kind of like jump in and like crash your house party. So like, friends of friends can kind of join your call and stuff like that. So, and at that point, I kind of thought like, even though COVID is quite, scary, it's kind of cool that it's bringing together all these people from different parts of the world in Australia that I've never had the opportunity to talk to. So yeah, I just remember meeting like a few random different people from different parts of Australia and that kind of thing. And I was like, this is a terrible situation, but there is one positive to this that I thought was pretty cool that I would never have had the chance to do before.
Okay. Interesting. You call it house party, right?
Yeah, house party.
It's an app.
Get it?
What do you say, Teddy?
It's an app.
Yeah, it's an app. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like video chatting. But then like your friends' friends can like crash your video call and like just join in,
Wow.
and you get all these random people kind of joining
Oh,
in, and yeah, it's actually quite fun. And you can like play games in the app and stuff.
oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Or this is also interesting for the one who is playing Tinder. You know?
Oh yes,
Yes, right. Online dating app. Then you can have live. You know.
yes, online dating now.
Yes.
It's very weird.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, three of you. Let's move to the next question. It's from Belina Evrin. Hi, I want to ask a question to all speakers. According to all speakers, are the regulations which are already taken by your government enough to handle this pandemic? Thank you. So it's basically is it enough? Yeah. So maybe Teddy first. You can answer this.
I think that's enough because yeah, I think that's enough. As I mentioned earlier, that the fine would be up to 1 million. I think that's one million new Taiwan dollars, which equal like 35,000 USD dollar, right? That's a
Yes,
big
yes.
amount of money. So I think yeah, that's enough to scare people not to break the rule. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that kind of threat, right? That kind of regulations is
Yeah.
enough. Okay. Thanks, Teddy. What about Maxine?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the lockdowns definitely are huge.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I think it is enough. I mean, they might need to, I think, improve a bit of like the healthcare. There's um, maybe not as much support as there could be during this time, and possibly like improve on the processes of the lockdowns, because I know that they're saying like Australians just lock yourselves down, but they're not really giving everyone like the tools to actually do it. Like where do you get your food from if you're locked down? How do you get you know how do you we do have a thing called job keeper and job seeker, which is like an allowance to people who can't work, or who have lost their jobs. So that's good, but it's going to end soon. So yeah, I think they are definitely doing a really good job, but there are um, a few parts which I'm a bit unsure of, and I guess we'll see how they all kind of unfold in the future. But yeah, I think they are doing enough for now.
Okay. So yeah, they provide some information and community also, like platform for the job seekers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely like giving people, like giving people enough money to kind of live through this pandemic, which is good, but at the same time putting enough restrictions in place so that we can get rid of COVID-19, I guess. So
Yeah.
hopefully it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, Maxine. What about Alia?
Okay, as I mentioned before, that in Indonesia we have the large-scale social restriction regulations, and it makes that the cinema closed, every concert, music concert, it's also been canceled, and I think that is one point that the government should still have to have a much effort. It is about the education, because as we know that Indonesia is a very huge country, that we don't have a very similarity in, provide the same education. And the problem is, we know that in Indonesia we have to learn by online. I think maybe the other countries, doesn't Australia and Taiwan also, for the students, do they also learn online at home?
Mm,
Yes. Yeah.
SFH, studying from home.
Yeah, studying from home. Yeah. Well, for Indonesia, that we face the problem that not every people have the same, economic status, the same level, because we have to provide our, our pools. We have to buy the quota for, connect to the internet. As we know that they learn through Zoom online, Google Meet, and I think that is one of the point that the government have to mention for. But just by now, I also remember that, if I'm not wrong, the Ministry of Education from Indonesia, he also has decided to give some of the quota for the teachers, students, and yeah, if I may not wrong, yes, as I see in some of the media news.
Okay, all right. So it's education, yeah, education, social community execution. Okay, and law, like from Teddy. All right, let's move. Okay, Belina Efrin say thank you, Teddy, Maxine, and Alia. Okay, you're welcome. And next one is from Emanuela Angeli. For all speakers, do you have a solution for people who struggle to learn online? Thank you. So for Alia, maybe you already mentioned it briefly, so you can explain a little bit more details. Maybe start from Maxine.
Um, I'll be open and say that learning online is hard. I have done it before. I've completed a university degree, and a lot of it was online. This was before COVID. I think honestly, just kind of like giving yourself blocks of time to really focus, and then knowing that you're going to have a break. I think, yeah, it's very important to kind of just like not expect yourself to learn all day long and just keep going for 8 hours a day. Just be kind to yourself and know that, this pandemic is really hard. It's really crazy. So just kind of try and get into a bit of a good routine and say, for the next hour, I'm really going to focus. I'm really going to try and, learn whatever this lesson is or something like that. And then maybe just have 15 minutes of, maybe go for a walk if you can, or, have some lunch. Just don't study for 15, 20 minutes and just shut up, and then come back to it and then study again. So I think kind of taking it in like blocks of time, to not kind of burn yourself out, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just kind of be kind to yourself, but then know that, yes, for this 45 minutes, an hour, I'm going to focus, but then try and, kind of break it up with things that you actually really enjoy in between.
Okay, interesting. Thanks, Maxine. What about Alia?
Okay, the solution for people who struggle to learn online. Well, I think firstly, of course, we have to make an adaptation, and don't forget that if we need a companion, I mean, like we need friends to share. I think it will be much better, because you know that learn online is like yeah, you have a conversation with people, but it's virtual, it's not real. So I think I think all of us who struggle to learn online, we really need someone beside us to, discussing things while we're learning online, because maybe we can have another new insights from the people who stay beside you.
Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks, Alia. And what about Teddy?
Okay, I used to be a student like 2 months ago, so I think I'm okay to share you guys with this.
Yeah.
Like, I think Maxine and Elia already share a lot of good way, so I will share some like other ways. Like, um, yeah, I was in the online course a few months ago, and in the like only 10 people's class, so it's really it's really tough. Like the professor can check everyone's if they're online. So just as now we have a meeting and four of us open our camera, but others they don't, right? So for the professor, it's really hard to know if other people they really listen carefully. So I think a really good way is like always open your camera, because when you open your camera, you have to you know the professor will see you. So you will just like in a class, in physical class, if you close the camera, you will know like, oh, I can like use my phone. I can go to the bathroom. My professor won't see me anyway. Yeah, that's true because I used to be like that. So always turn on your camera. I think that's a really important point. And
Okay.
also
Okay.
like, um, and always like have a recording just like what we have now, because I think for online course there are disadvantage, the advantage,
Yeah.
the it's very flexible, but you know the connection sometimes is bad, so maybe you will miss professor's question, professor's like some words, but in the class you can just ask the professor. It's really easy, you can just raise your hand. But when you have online course, it's really hard to like disrupt the professor in the like in the middle of in the middle of the video. It's not polite. I think it's not polite. It's really hard.
Yeah.
So always record the video, so you can like to review the whole lecture after that.
Yeah.
And also always use the headphone, because I think where on the headphone, use your headphone, the sounds will be clear. So it's easier for you to understand what the professor say. Yeah, so I think there are some tips that can share with you guys.
Okay. Okay. Thanks,
Open,
Teddy.
yeah, open the camera. Open the camera.
That's a good
Okay.
tip, Teddy.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. I've heard that one about that, Teddy. Okay. So Emanuela, you can try from Maxine. Give your some time. Okay, time break, and you try to self love. Do some self love actions, activities to avoid the burnout. And then from Alia, have some friends so that you have more excitement, right, for the online learning maybe. And then from Teddy, always open the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, and use the headphone and record the lecture for the reviewing. Okay, let's move to the next question. It's from Noh Nevi. Hi, I'm Nevi from Cambodia. Oh, interesting. My question is, how the strategies to learn online at home to be quality? I think it's almost same. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, do you guys want to add to these questions? Like to increase the quality?
I think I want to answer.
Yeah. Okay, Alia.
Make yourself comfort. I mean, like maybe you can start to um, decorate your room, make it like as fun as how you feel comfort. Maybe you can decorate your room like maybe you're in the middle of the nowhere. Maybe you're in the middle of the forest. Maybe you can
Okay.
buy some kind of
Background.
background like uh,
Yeah.
I cannot go anywhere. I really want to go to the beach, but I can't. So you just
Yes.
try to online shopping. Like you open the online shopping platform, you buy like a background with the picture of beach, and you can feel it.
Okay.
It's like you can increase your excitement to learn. I think
Okay.
that can help.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. From Maxine or and Teddy, do you guys want to add?
Teddy, you
No.
take it away. You're the student.
Yeah.
You know
Do you want to add, Teddy,
I'm
like
a
to improve the quality of studying at home, learning at home? No. It's okay if we still have other questions.
maybe
It's
you can
okay.
just, yeah, you can go on the next question. If I come up with an idea, just let you know.
All right. Okay. So that's it. Navi. Okay. Start from Alia. Said to decorate, be creative, to create the ambience, your own ambience. All right. Let's move to the next question. It's from, how do I pronounce the name? Dear. Yeah.
Just call her
Okay.
Dale. Just call her Dale.
Oh, it's your friend. Okay, Dale. Okay. Oh, but before that, Emanuela say thank you, guys, and Navi say thank you. Okay, you're welcome. So there, right?
Dale.
Yeah. For all speakers, how to date safely during COVID-19? Okay.
Good question.
Maybe Taiwan first. Okay, Teddy. Answer it.
Okay, let me share with you guys. Like, I believe some people they use Tinder, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, everyone knows Tinder, right? During this pandemic, Tinder is so sweet. Like, in the past, we only can like set the distance in like a 100 or 30 kilometers. So especially out in Taiwan, you are not able to match the people outside of Taiwan. But during this pandemic, you cannot go abroad, right? So um, Tinder gave everyone like a free trial for the Tinder Gold. So you can basically set every location, like to the USA, to Thailand, to
Wow.
Indonesia. So you are able to match the people outside of your country. So I think
Right.
that's a really good way to
Right.
like, that
Online, right?
high safety during this COVID-19.
Okay. Wow, there's more. Okay, there are two more questions. But okay. Let's move to Maxine first.
Teddy, I also did that on Tinder.
All right. Okay, Maxine, what did you get?
So I dated. I set myself to like Sweden and Japan.
Okay. Right.
Anyway, so to date safely, I mean, I'm single, obviously, and I have actually been. I have actually been on 2 dates during like the 5 months that I met online. But I think everyone's got these kind of social restrictions. So I think, I mean, maybe like video chat dating is a good idea to start with. And then you can kind of like, that's obviously like the safest. I think that was the question, was it?
Yeah. The safest one.
Yeah.
How to date safely.
Yeah, definitely like video chatting.
Video chatting,
to start with might be a fun way to kind of start it off. But then if you're in a place where you're allowed to get together, it's always a good idea to try and kind of, go ahead with the social restrictions and stay 1.5 meters apart or however far apart it is. I personally wouldn't jump into anything too physical.
Yeah.
Just for the meantime.
Yes.
Because I mean, obviously it's, that depends on where you are and what the situation is like, but I think it's definitely a good idea to be quite safe. So I don't know if kissing is a good idea just yet.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so I think video chatting and then meeting up, but just trying to, stick with the social restrictions is a good idea.
Okay, thanks, Maxine. Everyone, FYI, Teddy just shared the public PDA, public display affection, right? Responsibly. Yeah, how do you date responsibly on the group chat? You can have a look. What about Alia?
Okay, for me,
you can answer briefly, Alia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I'm the same with Maxine. You can do like video call with your partner, and maybe you can send some present for your partner. Like you can directly send it to his or her address. I think that is very meaningful.
Oh yeah, it's true. I've heard about this also. Send something, right, to your loved one, especially if we are in long distance relationships, right, like this, or long distance marriage, like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Let's move to the next questions. Can you try to answer briefly, three of you? Okay.
Okay.
It's from Azah. Hi, I would like to ask the speakers' opinions. If a vaccine has been found and people can meet like before COVID-19, will you still making webinar as an effective meeting place? Yeah. So once it's back to normal again, like before 19 COVID-19. So yeah, maybe start from Australia first.
Well, I feel like this is a question for you, Esther. But
Uh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a good idea, to have these kind of webinars because, like you said, Esther, it's efficient.
Yeah,
Like it kind
connect.
of
Yeah.
cuts out. Yeah, like I mean, obviously, me flying to Taiwan is going to take a long time, so
Yeah.
I might as well just get on a webinar with you guys instead. So I think honestly, like obviously COVID's not a good thing, but a few good things have come out of it. And I think kind of normalizing the video chats has been one of them because before this I never really used to do video talks or webinars or anything, but now I love them. So I think it's definitely a good idea to keep them going because they're awesome and effective and they bring so many different kinds of people together. So I'm very for it. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Maxine. What about Alia?
Yes. I think same with Maxine that however for if we can meet like directly, it's quite possible because of the distance, right? But maybe in one day, if this this pandemic is over and maybe it's very very safe. I mean, like we cannot push any conditions. We can make it like new interactive, like we can make it in a real, maybe we can make in one of the universities like a talk show, international talk show. But I think for now the safest is we're still making a webinar as the effective meeting place.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. Thank you, Alia. What about Teddy?
I would say yes because no, normally when you are going to help to planning a seminar, it will cost a lot. And if this seminar is international, it will cost more. Like you have to connect, you have to inform everyone in every country in different time zone. But webinar is more easier. Like we can just sit at home and then we don't need to cost that much, right? So I think that's
Yeah, agree.
convenient. I would say yes.
Okay. All right. Last but not least questions. Thank you, everyone. It's from Visi Tenda. How has this experience made you more resilient? Yeah, more perseverance. Oh, okay. Hold on. There is last questions after this, but I think I'm gonna skip it. I'm sorry, Hezky. Okay, so answer this one first. Maybe from Alia.
Okay. Well, as we all feel that this situation is a very, well, for me personally, it's like very, we cannot know what happen in the future, and it's very uncertainty. Like we have to face something that is, it doesn't, it will not be happen really. And what makes me more resilient is how we believe in ourselves that we can pass this. And I think that every people was born to be tough in any condition. So I think
Right.
all of us can survive, and what can be our own power is, our self-love, our beliefs that yes, we can pass this through.
Okay. Thanks, Alia. What about Teddy?
Yeah, I agree with I agree with Elia.
Mm,
I think during this pandemic, we all got so many reflection, right? Um, it's like you start to do these things you never tried to do. We would never think that we will have online course like this. We never think we will have like webinar like this.
mm,
But I think as a human, we have to um just to catch up to like because um generations change, right? We have to always think about new things. We have to catch up. Otherwise, we will be um, not able to be good enough, right? So, um, yeah, I think
mm-hmm.
that's all.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, Teddy. What about Maxine?
I think it's definitely made me more resilient. I think before this, kind of I relied on other people a lot, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I didn't realize that I could support myself through a lot of the hard times. And yeah, kind of having to be alone a lot more than I would originally like kind of made me
Mm,
realize that I'm actually okay when I'm alone, and it's not the end of the world if I don't, have someone to rely on all the time.
mhm,
Um, so I think, yeah, it's kind of made me know that I'm actually quite strong and stronger than I thought originally, because I didn't think that I would be able to, kind of carry myself through a hard time. But a lot of the time, it's just been me by myself, and I've been okay.
mm,
So, yeah, I think it's made me really resilient knowing that even if I had no one to support me, which I do thankfully, but even if I didn't, I would be all right, which is nice to know.
mhm. Okay. All right. 7:50. Okay. 10 minutes left. Okay. Thank you so much, Alia, Teddy, and Maxine. I would like to provide a very brief summary. Okay. Then I will attach the evaluation form link so all of you can get the e-certificate. Thank you for the loyal participants. And also the summary. Yeah, it's quite sad for sure to experience this kind of pandemic, right? We start with the negative emotions that we try to deny, we try to reject all of this reality, but then when we start to embrace it, like what Maxine said, we start to realize that we are stronger than before because being strong is our only choice, right? And we become more resilient, we become more self-reliant. And for Teddy and Alia, we realized that we need to have more self-reflections, that we don't really have time like for us to think what we need, what we want, but because of this pandemic we have time to do self-reflections for what we want to do. And then after that, even though we also have some the new normal lifestyle, right? We cannot really greet physically, or maybe we can do the elbow bumps, right? Like this. That's what I do also with some of my friends here in Taiwan. And I know in Indonesia also you start this one also, right, guys? Yeah. So the way that we do, from the way we greet, the way we date, and the way we interact with other people, like host events, it's some points it seems to be more efficient and practical, but at the same time we might not be able to travel. And of course, think positively, we have enough time to recover and heal from this kind of situation, right? So after this we will have the group photo group, yeah, like we need to have the photo. But before that, okay, let me try to provide the evaluation form link here. please make sure everyone, for the participants, you need to write down your full name as how you want it to be presented on the e-certificate. Okay, so, and also provide your email address correctly. Evaluation form. Okay. All right. Okay, I just provide the link, the evaluation form link on the group chat. You can have a look, and let's try to open in our camera, right? If you want to have, if you want to join the group photo, okay. Cannot click. Oh.
Always open your camera.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Teddy, for reminding us.
Thanks,
Wait,
Teddy.
cannot click.
Words of wisdom.
Okay, let me see. Let me see, guys. Okay. Why we cannot provide the link? Let me check one more time.
Come on, guys, open your camera. Teddy
Yeah.
is watching.
Let me
Open your
Wait,
camera.
Nevi, you cannot
Let's
check.
photo together.
Yeah. We can. You can open the camera. bit.ly/mmri evaluation form. Can you click on it, guys? Okay. Okay.
Ready?
bit.ly/mm error. Oh, it works, right? Oh, okay. All right, Azah, thank you so much for providing the link. Okay, right. Okay, let's have the group photo from the first page first. Okay, let me see. Put your big smiles. Look at the camera. Open your camera for Ruth. Okay, for all of you who wants 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hey, Jenly, are you okay? Okay, one more time from the second page. Okay, someone just joined us. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile. All right. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Okay, I will try to provide attach these photos once we send you the e-certificate. All right. So thank you so much for the 32. Okay, 32. No, 28 participants who have joining our interactive talk show. It's been a pleasure discussion and the questions though. The question. I'm sorry for Hezky. It's all you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, you were driving. That's okay. Never mind. You can.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, anyway, maybe I will help Hezky by asking Teddy and Maxine after this. Maybe I will send to
Sure,
Hezky the email.
Okay.
Sounds
Sure. Thank you for
I'm
helping.
happy to write down my answer.
Hezky join tomorrow for your question.
Oh, tomorrow there will be the other 3 speakers from USA. She's here actually. She's Emily, and also Deshel from Zimbabwe, and also Ilina Marenghi from Italy. So make sure you guys will still join us tomorrow. All right.
I'll be there. Listening.
Okay, we'll all be there.
Please be there, guys.
Yeah, Teddy, you need to be there. Okay. Have a nice.
Camera on. No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
camera on.
On. Oh, okay. And you can have a note to the links that Teddy shared before, the PDA responsibly, and also the community for the sharing, for the event sharing. Sorry, sketch sharing, right? Right, Teddy. Okay. So thank you so much for joining us. Have a great weekend. Wherever you are, from Indonesia, I know, from France, from Cambodia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, from Australia, and then Taiwan, Okay, thank you, Unita. Okay, see you guys tomorrow, and please stay healthy. Okay, and don't forget to eat before you join the talk show tomorrow. Okay, have a nice day. Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone. Have a
everyone.
great day.
Don't forget to join day 2 session.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Don't forget
Thank
tomorrow,
you.
If
you're
okay?
you
welcome.
want, if
You're
you want
welcome.
to access the talk show video, please you click on YouTube link.
Yes, tomorrow there will be Jianli for the moderator. He is the founder of Ruang Internasional. Okay, his turn. Bye.
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 Bye. See you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, Gianni.
Nice to
Thank
meet
Camera
you
you,
off,
all.
guys.
Freddy.
Thank you,
Camera
Pena
off, guys.
Hezky.
Terima
Thank you, Pena
kasih.
Vici.
Hey, kalau ada orang
Thank you, Pena Jianli. Sehat-sehat di Jakarta. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
all
Pena.
speaker,
For
Thank
facilitator.
sharing.
you.
God
Thank you
bless.
all. God bless.
Telepon.